What's up, guys? We are live. What's up, Darth Clueless? I see you there. There's some big Black Series news we're gonna talk about today. But the first thing that I want to say as people come in, which I'm gonna say at the beginning of all these live streams now, because I get this question all the time. The old type of videos have not gone away. It's not gonna be just live streams from now on. I'm just busy right now, changing multiple things in my life right now, just outside of Black Series. So it's going to take a little bit for me to get that stuff organized, and then I can start doing those other videos. But it's not only live streams now. The top 10 lists and the other type of lists and the other type of videos have not gone away. Just give me some time to straighten my life out, and then I can start doing those again. Right now I just don't have the time, and this is a better way for me to get to know you guys, because I see you guys in the comments, the same people over and over in the comments. I converse with you guys in the comments too, but this is a better way to interact with you guys. But I still like doing those videos. Oh, season 3 trailer of Mando just dropped. I'm gonna have to check it out. How's it look? What's up, Isaac? What's up, Reggie? So yeah, I just wanted to say that because people who are gonna click on this video, if they search for it or whatever, I want to say it at the beginning, so it's the first thing that they see. Old videos haven't gone away. Still gonna make those videos. I just need a little bit of time to put my life back together here, as a lot of things have changed. Mando Civil War. Now that is what I'm talking. What's up, Blaine? We discussed. I know it's not the same, but we discussed when we were. Somebody asked the question, and we had a nice little discussion at the end of one of the live streams of if you could choose a time period in Star Wars, what would you want Disney to use as a scenario, as an environment for a new show or movie or something that they're not usually doing? And someone said the future. I said back in the past, like the Sith versus Jedi wars and that type of stuff. And someone said the Mando wars, which would be great. And it looks like, I hope they're doing like a Civil War Mando thing. I mean, the time period's not the same, but that'd be awesome. So I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I was preparing for this earlier today. Yeah, live action too. That was another thing that people were that people said. Oh, there's all these new trailers? What the dude? When did this happen? Today? Oh, because of the D23 things going on, I bet. So we're not gonna watch it on the live stream, but I gotta check them out. I want to see the new Andor one, the Tales of the Jedi too. I honestly don't know anything about that. So cool, man. What's up, Moist? Next, I have one planned. I haven't even had a time to sit down and work on it. When will your next top 10 video be? Like I just said, I don't know. Like I said before, like I'm trying to organize a bunch of things in my life right now. And so I haven't had the time, and that's why I've been doing more live streams. I also, by the way, I wanted to mention, we might try to squeeze in live stream during the week sometime, like on a weekday at the end of the day, like at 6 or 7 or something for an hour. If you guys are interested in doing that, I don't know what day, but I'm thinking about doing that. I thought it maybe be, a good thing during the week. Do like an hour. So if you're interested in that, let me know, because we can do that as well. Oh, look at this. Seems like Mando and Boba are making an alliance against the Armorer. Well, Mando got banished, right? So maybe. What's up, Mr. Grudge? Can I do a top 10 Landos? Wow. Let me let me let me say this. So the new Lando, the General Lando Black Series figure, I put it up. I put one up for sale for $11. $11 on eBay. It's been up there for like 3 months. It is not sold at $11. Shipping included. Shipping included, by the way. That's something right there. Oh, monkey lizards. I get some monkey lizards in there. That sounds good. Yeah, and some end of the day, one weekday, we could just, shoot the shit about whatever. At the end of the day for like an hour. I thought it might be cool, like a Wednesday or something. Also, I'm trying to get some guests to come that we can talk to. So it's not just me and what I think. Although I kind of let the comments and the questions guide where we go in the live stream here. That's a little bit easier than having like a set agenda that I want to talk about. So that I kind of like that method. So let you guys kind of gear where the discussion goes. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting some people. Well, I have already thought about. I'm going to get some guests over here so we can get some other perspectives on some stuff. So if there's anyone you guys want to see, I can throw out some feelers and see if somebody can do it. And see if we can schedule something. But yeah, those are the main housekeeping things I wanted to go over, particularly. Oh, nice. Particularly the fact that the old videos have not gone away. I just don't have the time right now to do them, and they will be coming back as soon as I get the time. So so don't worry. I think what's up GeForce Racing? So yeah, so I think I've gotten that question a bunch of times, and I've also think I might have lost some subscribers because of it, but Bosk Bounty. So yeah, I love that. I love Bosk Bounty. That's yeah, so Bosk Bounty is one of the first Instagram guys that I followed when I opened my Instagram. So yeah. So very nice. Thank you, Moist. I appreciate that. But I know that's probably wearing on people that it's just me in this blue room constantly. That's also another thing. The setting is going to change as well. So I don't have just this room with like family pictures and shit. But some Black Series stuff. We have Black Series news. We have Black Series leaks. We got the newer wave. I think it's Wave 34, the one with Wandering Jedi, Obi-Wan. The other figures are starting to show up. I don't think that Yakface would have anything to do with me, but I can ask. But yeah, so I could ask, but I forget what his name is, but he's a very nice guy and he's super knowledgeable, but I don't even think he knows who I am. So I can ask him, but I doubt I could even get a reply. But yeah. So yes. Hey, what's up, John? We do have some leaks for the Black Series. We're gonna go over. Then more figures are actually getting shipped to, and a lot of them are early, getting shipped to distribution centers. Let's see if I can speak today. That we can go over too. So we got a lot of news, which is good. And as always, I want to talk about if you guys always have some like questions of stuff that you want to talk about. So when do these when did these trailers drop? Was it today? Was it earlier? Was it this morning? Because I guess I was kind of busy this morning, so I didn't really I I wasn't really looking for any trailers. I mean, I looked online for Instagram, like toys and stuff, but then I was out, I had errands to do, and then I came and had to kind of look and see, prepare for this. And yeah, so I didn't see. So I'm sure that it was because the D23 is going on. If you guys don't know what that is, I don't really know what it is, so I can't tell you. But 13 minutes ago, oh my god. Well, that sucks. What's up, Gentugo? What's up, man? So yeah, I haven't seen them. How was the Andor one? That's the third Andor trailer, right? The horror. So I hope that Andor is gonna be good. It's coming up, right? It's coming up. It's like in less than 2 weeks. Less than 2 weeks. Andor's coming. I'm kind of excited because either way, it's going to be entertaining to me. Either it's going to suck and I'm going to love crapping on it, or it's going to be really good. Now, I'm kind of leaning toward the former. Just because I know we've talked about this in here, but it's just because of like just all the political stuff that's come from anyone who's worked on the show. All I can say is a lot of political things. It's all based on US politics. And when someone asks you, if you work on a movie and someone asks you about it and the first thing you talk about is American politics, then you've lost me. So, all right. So they just came out minutes ago. Great. So Tales of the Jedi. Yeah, I got to check that out. Hopefully that one's good too. But, anyway, so how was the Andor trailer? Actually, before I get to the next thing I was going to say, I mean, were all the trailers good? Did they entice you in a way that makes you want to watch the show? Yes, that would that would ruin everything. That would ruin. I needed it on either side of the polarity. In the middle doesn't help me. So that's another thing I've actually been thinking about doing is reviews of the episodes as they come out. But I always think about doing that for new Star Wars shows, and I just never do it. So I don't know. It might be a lot of work, but I thought about doing that too. But if nobody's got, oh really? So this is good. So Tales of the Jedi and Mando look good. That's good. So, Mando season 3 looked good. So, oh, that's awesome. So I gotta go check this out. But I don't know. I thought that the trailer for The Last Jedi looked really good. So I don't know. It could be a mixed bag. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. When I watch movies and TV shows, the last thing I want to see is American politics. I mean, on top of that, it alienates people who aren't in the U.S. and don't give a crap about the politics in the U.S. It's so just egotistical and arrogant. Like, what are you doing? Episode reviews would be awesome. Well, that's good. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing it. But so anyway, all right. So what we're gonna do, because what's up, Mace? So as more people join, why don't we do pickups of the week? We didn't do it last week because the conversation right out of the gate, we just kept going and going, and I didn't do anything that was planned. We just went through organically. But pickups of the week. You guys get anything this week? I'll show you what I got. You can show me yours. I'll show you mine. In a different type of way. But yeah, so what did you guys get? I can show you what came from me. Oh, that reminds me. So so my Wandering Jedis came from My Wandering Jedis came from Amazon. Wandering Jedis came from Amazon, which means, guys, that I have one for a giveaway, which we're going to do today. Wandering Jedi giveaway today. We'll do that in a little bit. Oh, what happened? Sweet. Oh, wow. I'm not even this far. Wow. I didn't see Love and Thunder, so I don't know. RoboCop. I passed on the RoboCop. But I did pre-order the Ed 209. NECA Ed 209. Oh, nice. The more I think about the Book of Boba Fett, the more I realize how it was not very good. Like, after all the shiny stuff like fades away and you're like, they really dropped the ball on that. That could have been an awesome show. But kind of just like The Force Awakens, like when everyone first saw The Force Awakens, we were many people, I can't say everybody because I don't know, but many people were like, oh my God, wow, that was great. That was amazing. I can't believe these movies. But it was just a bunch of like fan fluff. And after you like broke it down, you were kind of realized that it wasn't the greatest movie. It wasn't bad either, but it wasn't as great as you thought it was. And kind of like not that I ever thought that the Book of Boba Fett was a great show or anything, but looking at it, it looks worse and worse as I think about it. And they could have done so much stuff with that. That could have been such a great show. They just kind of dropped the ball. It seems like they kind of half-assed that shit, which is unfortunate because, you know, it's such a figure. He's such a guy, like a character that you could do so much with. And the fact that they didn't have a lot of like flashback scenes. If you're going to do flashback scenes, can you show me Empire Strikes Back time of Boba Fett where he's like kicking ass, taking names? I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking. Wow. So a lot of people got a bunch of stuff. Oh, Mando Luke, that's cool. Oh, nice. RoboCop. You mean the movie? RoboCop the movie was the shit. I used to watch that movie almost every day when I was a kid. Big Chap Alien, huh? Sorry. Book of Boba Fett. Exactly. You're gonna buy series Jawa for 4. What is that? Pounds? 4 pounds? I'm not gonna. Some people will tell you that it was awful. I'm not gonna tell you it was awful. I'm gonna tell you that it wasn't. It was definitely dropped the ball. Definitely could have been better. I think at most it was mediocre. And I think if you watch it again, you'll notice how just not. It was just. It seemed better when you're watching it than if you rewatch it. For real. Like The Mandalorian, you can rewatch and you're just like, wow, this is good. But the Book of Boba Fett is just. They should have. There's so many things you could have done to make it awesome, and they just didn't do it. Including one of my biggest gripes is like he's a crime syndicate leader and he has no syndicate. Yes, where's all the people? He has nobody. Jabba's palace was always full of people. They just slept on the floor. All right, where was I? A bunch of people telling a bunch of stuff. Taking ass and kicking names for sure. Yeah, for sure. The Force Awakens was the best of the 3. Oh wow. Yeah, that counts. Sure as hell counts. You open up the Razor Crest, huh? That's gangsta. Yeah, pretty sure. That's an interesting question. I think I was talking about this with the Jedi Talks guy who's sometimes in here. who's a friend of mine. He has a podcast, Jedi Talks. Recently, I guess if you're gonna go by like Disney, the Disney Star Wars media, it was probably that cartoon Resistance. I don't know if anybody saw that. It was like a kid's cartoon called Resistance. Not good. Could barely get through an episode of that. That was probably the worst. And then I'm probably gonna have to. It's a tough pick to choose between The Rise of Skywalker and Last Jedi. Now I know they both have redeeming qualities. I know that some people will fight you to the death about The Last Jedi, but not for me. Yeah. Yeah, let me know how. Let me watch it again. Let me know what you think. So it just, and in some scenes it just kind of looked cheap. Like for example, the first thing that when I watched it, when I watched like the first fight that they got in with the guys with like the you get surrounded was the most like horribly scripted fight I have ever seen. It was like Power Rangers from when you were a kid type of shit. What's up? David Edge is back. What's up, buddy? What's up, man? We've missed you. The animated show they did around the sequel trilogy. What is that? Is that the yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Was that only online? What was that? That was something. And they had God. Resistance was bad. Yep, Resistance. Yeah, so there was another show, yeah, that they did like little. Were you talking about that show? They did like little shorts for different characters and stuff. A lot of the girl characters, by the way, I think. Yeah, because it caused a lot of the. That was. I actually started a video back in the day going through The Last Jedi, like scene through scene, completely demolishing it, that I never finished. Um, it was like a onslaught. What's up, Nancy? It was just like a continuous onslaught, like against the movie, like as it goes. I didn't finish, but I started it. I got maybe like 30-40% the way through, and I never finished it. Oh, you were talking about Resistance. Okay, yeah. So Resistance. Yeah, Resistance is that is not good. Not good. Yeah, so they're oh, hold on one second here. Somebody said something I wanted to get. Okay, yeah. So the shore trooper, I don't know if you saw New Trooper. So the shore trooper is in the return. I don't know, you might know this. The shore trooper, there's an exclusive shore trooper that's painted a little bit differently for it's got a Target exclusive for Black Series. That's one of the new troopers we're getting for them. I don't know. I think you probably are talking about the like a new trooper. Like most Star Wars media gives us a new like stormtrooper type of person. Like the Death Trooper came with Rogue One and whatever. There's usually a new trooper, like completely new. But yeah, the shore trooper is going to be in there though. Oh, all right, Isaac. We'll talk to you next week, man. I watched it drunk. Yep, I watched it sober. Mm-hmm. Dude, you're right. I watched it once and I never watched it again until I was going to go through it and just scene by scene completely like roast the movie. So what's up? What's up, Darth? So leaks. All right, we can start. We can talk about. Oh, one thing I got to do first. Let me just. Somebody important texted me here. So just give me a second. One second. All right. Let's get to leaks. What else? What do we got? Leaks. Yes. Yeah, he does. Yeah, they do. Yes. Oh, I didn't even show you what I got. I got to show you what I got first, and then we'll do that. No. None of that stuff ever does. Because it was the first one that came out. I know that everybody, whatever. But no, it doesn't, because I just figured that Obi-Wan was just an old man at that point. So it doesn't. But it's strange how, like, in the prequels, even though how they're like very choreographed, I think it kind of took away something because they were so choreographed. I didn't find them as exciting as some of the other ones, just because in the prequels they were so choreographed down to a T, which, it's not a bad thing or anything like that. Just me personally, I didn't like how just scripted down to, like, just every, but it's when you're battling against another Jedi type who probably can use the Force and sense your next move coming or whatever. So yeah, I get it, but no, it doesn't take anything away from A New Hope for me at all. On top because it even seemed to me like, Obi-Wan wanted to be defeated. He was on his way out. He was he was giving in for the greater good. So no, it doesn't, especially not for episode 4. Episode 5 was better. And the one Return of the Jedi was again, it kind of makes it the continuation a little bit, but you also the way that they were fighting, there hadn't been Jedi fights, Jedi lightsaber battles in a very long time. So it kind of made sense that they weren't as crazy as if Jedi were there always practicing with each other. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, no, it doesn't take anything away from me. I mean, the movie, has a special place in my heart for me specifically, along with the entire original trilogy. I used to watch them all the time, like almost every day. So, no. There's a 9-minute clip of Andor. No, I haven't seen that. I got to go check it. Yes. Yeah, so I kind of don't like it when they do that, but so all right, let me show you quickly what I got, and then yeah, I mean, whatever. We're making excuses for him, but no, it doesn't take anything away from me. But yeah, that's kind of how I viewed it. And he wanted to get defeated. Like, it was somehow part of the, like, the prophecy, so he can live on and help. I don't know. Anyway, let me just show you quickly, then we can get on to the next thing. So I don't know about you guys, but I collect the NECA Ninja Turtles, and during TargetCon right now, some of the new NECA Turtle 2-packs are hitting targets. Not only hitting targets, but they're also being available online. So I picked this one up. This was one for last week. And I forgot I got this. Yeah, I got this too. This is from Playmates. The Playmates are doing like 4-packs. Four packs of like different. The turtles are for different enemies and stuff, and this is one of them. And this one is like the villain one, and that's who's in there. So I like the villain ones. It's like in a car, just like in a convertible. Look at him driving. So yeah, I bought that stuff. I don't think I got anything else. Oh, I did. So I don't. Do you guys collect pops? Anyone? Because I don't. I have very few pops, but this was available. It's a Spirit Halloween exclusive, and it is a blacklight jumbo killer clown that's available. The Spirit's. It's a Spirit Halloween exclusive. So that's pretty cool. I got this, but it's not for me. I'm gonna give it to my ex-girlfriend. And that's about it. All my other stuff is shipped to my other address. So as soon as I get up there, I'm going to. Then I'll have a bunch of stuff to show you, and I'm gonna have stuff to give away. I mean, I already showed you that Wandering Jedi came. I bought a couple of them, and one of them I'm gonna give away to you guys. There he is, doing Wandering Jedi stuff. Yeah. So I don't really collect it, but oh yeah, it's disturbing. So anyway. That's just what I'm trying to cut down on stuff so I don't buy as much stuff anymore. Oh, you know what I did buy? I left it in the car. So I found they're re-releasing the Ecto 1, the Ghostbusters Ecto 1, and is it the Hollywood Rides ones that are like they're about this big? I forget. I think is it Hollywood Rides? Jada Toys. They're Jada Toys ones. They're not the teeny ones. They're like smaller. So Ecto 1 is coming out again. I saw it at Target yesterday, and I picked it up. It's in the car, though, because I missed the first time they released it, and that one's going for like $70 or $80 right now. Yeah, so yeah, Jada Toys. So I've seen some of the. So last week, I don't know if anybody else collects them. So last week, there was a bunch of stuff. So all right, so it's Target Geek Out, whatever cons every Friday online at 9 a.m. Eastern time. More stuff is available for pre-order. The last 2 weeks have been NECA stuff. So a bunch of NECA stuff has been hitting Target right now, and it's available online. So if you, so they had the neutrinos. I think they might even still be up. That RoboCop people were talking about, that one is available. The Toka and Razor cartoon 2-pack, I think, is still up at Target if you didn't get your hands on that. And there's a couple other ones. So I collect the turtles, so it's a big deal for me. So, but not many other people collect the turtles, I guess, because when I post them on Instagram, I like almost nobody likes them. It's really, they get like the least likes out of anything I post. So I don't know. I don't have any hot toys. I do know that they're worth it, but they're big though. They're big and they take up a lot of space. But yes, they're absolutely worth it. All right, so if that's everything. Oh wow, Dave, that's a lot of NECA Predators. I never got into the Predators. I'm glad that I didn't. Ed 209. Nice. So I never got into Predators. Thank you. God that I didn't, because I would have drained so much money. There's so many of them. Same thing with the Xenomorphs. I never got into those. There's just too many. But yeah, Dark Trooper, a little bit more expensive than a lot of the NECA stuff. The Dark Trooper is $33.99 most places. And I haven't seen mine yet because I actually had it pre-ordered at Amazon, but I canceled it and then pre-ordered at Target because it was $2 cheaper. and I kind of regret it because I would have my Amazon one now if I didn't cancel it. So yeah, but very true. So let's talk some toys. Yeah, NECA definitely gives you the most bang for the buck. You're just gonna be careful and make sure you warm up those joints because they can snap on you. All right, so what do we got? We got news. Let's check out some of the news. So, leaks. There's been a couple Black Series leaks. Yeah. Yeah, 120 plus Predator figures. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't get into it. Although when I see one from the actual Predator 2 or Predator, like the actual Jungle Hunter Predator, I'm like, oh, maybe I should get this, but I don't. I try not. Can't get started. I know what's gonna happen if I do. Just slippery slope. But okay, so let's talk about what we have found out recently. So, let me open this here. Okay, so we found out. So thank you to Yak Face for I guess kind of three leaks. The first one I think was kind of obvious. I think some people might have even assumed might have assumed that it was coming. So and it's our boy Blacker Stanton is coming to the Black Series. So get excited. Hopefully now Hasbro, listen to me. You have to knock this out of the park. You have to make this an amazing figure. You have to. There were almost riots when you released the other Blacker State in the comic one. Now I understand. Well, I guess what the rumor is that they already had the comic one on the way before Blacker Stanton even showed up in the Book of Boba Fett. Okay, I can buy that, fine. But even that one is straight up garbage. I know there is probably some media where the comic one is accurate, but it still looks like garbage to me. And I know, yes, that's basically what I'm getting at. Hopefully it's not another CHEWIE repaint. You can't do that. You have to give us a new sculpt for this. Yeah, I don't know what kind of packaging it's going to have. Well, it's probably going to have the new packaging. Yeah, which another thing that I wanted to go over today a little bit. So, oh, is it? Now we get David Edge telling us that it's on the, what's his name? Zalbar mold, which is, if you remember, was a Gaming Grades exclusive. I'll bring that up too so we can see it. It's definitely he's bigger, I guess, than the Wookiee one, but it's still not that big. Yeah, I thought he was. Oh, if you give me information, I'm going to run with it. But that's right. Zalbar was CHEWIE, right? Because yeah, because he's Gaming Greats. So it wouldn't be a new mold. It would be the mold they already had, which was CHEWIE. So hopefully I don't know. There's no like really information yet, unless it's fake information from David Edge. But hopefully we get a figure that does this character justice, because this could be one of the best figures that Hasbro has ever made. This is the figure that everybody wanted from the Book of Boba Fett. This guy. So you have to knock this out of the park. If they do it just, I bet it's going to be an exclusive. I bet it's going to be a deluxe figure, and it's going to cost us a pretty penny. They would be it really would suck if they made an exclusive, but I wouldn't put that past them. But it really needs to be an awesome figure. I think that it would go. Yeah. So I think that would. Yeah, I think they might. But please, you got to give us something. You got to throw us a bone. Like, this is it. Like, Deluxe and Walgreens exclusive. That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's going to be. Deluxe and Walgreens exclusive. But it needs to be a main line release. It needs to be a new mold, and it needs to be readily available. And I know that sometimes, deluxe figures aren't mainline releases. A lot of times they're exclusives. Hopefully that's not the case with this one. But you really need to knock this out of the park. I mean, if you did this the right way, like, I think you would make so many people happy, and you would actually more people would be like, all right, well, hey, man, at least they did this right, But I think it's one of those characters where when you saw him on TV, your first thought was, at least for me, was like, can't wait for that figure. I wonder what that figure would look like. So please, Hasbro. So the leak was only for Black Series. I'm sure that at some point a TVC figure will coming, but TVC is really getting shafted in the Book of Boba Fett department. Actually, Black Series is too, but all right. Well, yeah. So the comic one, I think, is at my other address, so I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, so that was another thing that I thought while watching the Book of Fett was immediately I was the Tuskens. I was like, I want the Tuskens. I want the leader. I want the girl, the good fighter girl. So I wanted those immediately too. So hopefully we'll get those soon. I thought that those would be like the first figures out, just because you don't need to do you don't have to mold an entirely new figure for them, I guess, for the most part. So what's up, Tim? So I figured, those should be out pretty soon, but it didn't happen. So I know some people did some customs and painted their owns, with some of them look really cool, but unfortunately they never released those ones, and now we're not only have we not gotten any Book of Boba Fett figures, really, we've gotten a couple, if that. We don't even have pre-orders for them. It's not like they just haven't come. There's no pre-orders. Sometimes they'll be like, all right, this is coming. Here's the pre-order, and you might get it in a year. We haven't even done that for some of these. But I think you hit it on the head right here. I expect to be disappointed with Hasbro for sure. So yeah, hopefully this is going to be a figure of the year candidate. And I think if you do it right, it should be. Yeah, no, we have Fennec Shand is from the Book of Boba Fett. Is that the only one? I'm trying to think. That might be the only one we have. I know we definitely have the Fennec Shand, and we have her in the TVC as well. So I know the TVC one has a Book of Boba Fett card. Those are the only ones I can think of. But yeah, it's always amazing to me when they don't have the figures ready to go, or not even ready to go, at least like the pre-orders. So yeah, the Boba Fett in the Tusken outfit, it says the Mandalorian on it. That's not a Book of Boba Fett, as far as as I remember. The Throne Room Deluxe also says the Mandalorian, doesn't it? I think it does. What about the Ruins one, the Walmart exclusive Jedi Ruins one? Does that one say the Mandalorian on it? Yeah, what's up, Rick? Yeah, probably had some Tales of the Jedi figures before the Book of Boba Fett figures. Probably. So yeah, that was the first leak. The second one, which I kind of the second one was way more cryptic, but I think we figured it out. We'll see. If you know what it is, Throne Room is from Book of Boba Fett. Okay, fair enough. But so there's a second one that I want to look up that I want to show you guys. Hold on one second. Oh, you're gonna be kidding me. Okay. Oh, you're right. It does say Book of Boba Fett. So the Throne Room one is all right. Yeah, it could have been from Mendo too. Right. True. So, all right, second one was more cryptic. It's from Yakface. They just showed a picture. If you already know what it is, or you've already had someone figure out, don't yell it out. I want to see if somebody else can figure it out. So, and if you can't, obviously, I'm going to tell you. Well, I'm going to tell you what I think it is. So they posted this picture. They posted a picture, and that was it. And just kind of said, you know, along the facts that this is coming for Black Series. And let me just make sure that it says that. All right, let me see. Here we go. Because I downloaded the picture. I didn't do the download the app or the what it actually said. So Black Series, yeah. Okay, so let's see. This is all it was. Saying it's coming for the Black Series. That's all it was. If you know what it is, if you already know, because you already figured, someone already told you, or you don't say it in the thing. But if you can figure it out from this, then let me know if you can figure it out. So it's definitely one of the more cryptic ones. And the Emperor's hand, right? That's the clue. Yep. Dude already got it. So it's the left hand. It's the Emperor's hand, the left hand. No. It's so Vader. So Vader was the right hand of the Emperor, and the left hand is 007 is Mara Jade. And that's the Emperor's left hand. So Mara Jade should be coming in the Black Series soon. Long overdue. Should have been a while ago. Hopefully we get a brand new sculpt for that. That's one of the figures that people have been asking for a very long time. So I'm pretty excited for that. I want to see. Right. So, right. It's not for everybody. Not for everybody. So yeah, right. We'll probably get something like that. Right. So I don't know. There's no other information. So I'm assuming that means that it's going to be from Legends. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully it's a mainline figure. It's a mainline figure that's an all new mold. I'm hoping, but knowing Hasbro, we'll see what they do. It could be anything. They could, they're not always. They don't always see which figures need new molds and which figures need the extra time, and which ones are going to be the most sought after figures. And this is going to be one of those. This is going to be one of those figures that is going to make a lot of people happy. It's going to be very popular. So again, like Black or Stanton, this is the one of ones that you need to spend some time on and get it right. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do. Maybe they'll maybe they'll be revealed during PulseCon, which is coming up at the end of the month, right? I think it's at the end. Yeah, at the end of the month, PulseCon. So hopefully, maybe we'll get some more information on them. Hopefully, we won't be disappointed. However, yeah. So these are gonna, yeah. So that would be cool. I do like that Jaina Solo figure. It's pretty cool. But so we will see what they happen. It's long overdue. So let me just check and see here. So right, I think the last time that they did a Mara Jade. Wait, was there one in the TVC? I know. So the Black Series 3.75 inch had a Mara Jade figure, which wasn't very good. It was all right, I guess. It was in the orange line, like the first wave. I don't know. Was that? Did they do a TVC of her? I don't remember. No, I think it was just the Black Series. So that's the last time that they did a Mara Jade figure. So that was. Oh, what's up, Jedi Hunter? So that's 8, 9 years ago, long time ago. Yeah, Mace, this is what I'm talking about. I want some Savage Press too. That is something they're slacking on. That is definitely high on my wish list for Black Series. They could make such a badass Savage Press. Yeah, Dark Talon. That gets brought up every single time. Hopefully we get it. I doubt that they'll do it anytime soon, but that's definitely one that I'm looking forward to as well. I think, what if the sequel? First, I would not hate if it was a sequel trilogy Palpatine. I think that the Rise of Skywalker Palpatine, Super Sheev, and the decrepit old Palpatine are two figures that I was actually looking forward to from the Rise of Skywalker. I was like, I hope we get these. And guess what? We didn't. We got what, Jana, and we got Zori Bliss repacked, doubled up in her wave, and then repacked in the next wave. So yeah, that's what we got instead of the Emperor, who's the main villain in a 9-movie saga. We don't need him, but let's make sure we get more Zori Blisses out there. So I think that was one of the figures that how are you not going to do that? But yes, if it is a sequel trilogy Palpatine, I wouldn't be upset about it. But I'm pretty sure that it's left hand Mara Jade. So yeah, they should have did something. Yeah, like the throne from the Rise of Skywalker. I mean, they could have done something. Like I feel it's such a missed opportunity. Not only is it a missed opportunity, it was just I just figure there's just such a like why wouldn't you release a Palpatine? You brought him back. Just to salvage the trilogy here, and you're not even gonna make a figure of him. So yeah, that's another thing. Palpatine is from the prequels. We've gotten none. There is so many Palpatines from the prequels that could be released that we have not gotten. It kind of blows my mind. Especially, I like the arrest room, the arrest, like the Palpatine arrest figure where he's wearing, from the arrest scene when he like kicks some ass and then his face turns or whatever. You could have him with a swappable head where you can have the two heads. You can have the scarred, messed up one and the regular one. I thought that was a great idea. And then there's the Yoda version, and there's the bunch of red outfits that he wears. There's so many different ones, and we don't have any of them. Okay, so yes. So I think that's still coming. So the Luke Leia training sequence from Rise of Skywalker, they should still be coming. So keep your eyes open for those. I don't have any additional information about them, although that they're still supposedly scheduled to come. So I thought that was, I mean, when I watched the movie, I was like, these figures are coming. I think that there's a decent enough idea, right? So yeah, I don't really have a problem with that, but probably should have got it done a little bit earlier than right now. So that's also reminds me. So, oh, that's right. She was right. The Leia from the scene was in the pipeline, right? I feel like, oh, the guy. I don't know. I don't know. Um, the guys. Yeah, I don't know what they are. You know, they're in the Rise of Skywalker or the Star Wars figure book. I know they're in there, but I don't know what they are. So, oh, that yes, and that reminds me of something else. So, um, the long-awaited, uh, just where's the concept 2-pack for? Oh, wait a minute here. The concept 2-pack. So that thing, it's that's supposed to be a Shop Disney exclusive. That it should be coming next week. It'll be available at Shop Disney. So at D3 right now, there's a bunch of them. They have them for sale at the D3 thing, the D23 thing, and Yak Face announced that these should be available the at Shop Disney for next week. So I don't know if it's pre-orders. I don't think it is because sometimes Shop Disney just goes straight into having the figures in stock for their exclusives and don't have pre-orders, which seems to be the case this time. So if you follow my Instagram, then I'll post when they're available because I'll keep my eyes open for that. But this thing I'm kind of on the fence for. I haven't seen I don't remember how much it is. But I know they aren't 100% accurate to the actual concept drawings, but they're just inspired by the concept drawings, which seems like a kind of interesting, like lazy way to go with it. But they are going to be available next week, I guess. Next week or the week after, coming up at shopdisney.com. So hold on, let me get some of these comments here. Yeah, they didn't do a bunch of characters that would have sold from the Rise of Skywalker. I don't know. So the Knights of Ren. It's interesting. They totally dropped the ball on the Knights of Ren. That could have been something really cool. Unfortunately, it was not. So I doubt we'll ever get the rest of the Knights of Ren. Considering the fact that the figure that they released, I forget his name, the Knight of Ren that they released just said Knight of Ren on his box. Didn't say his name. So yeah, so that's an interesting point. So Black Series is so Mandalorian, Kenobi, and Andor focused now. I feel the same way, and it's getting kind of boring for me. you know, I'm not getting the kind of stuff that I want to get. Honestly, we're getting a lot of the stuff. So this happened before during the sequel trilogy, where they tried to push a bunch of stuff down our throats and it didn't work. It's surprising that they're going to try to do this again. Although the last couple waves have kind of been mixed up a little bit with like more other stuff, but I don't really want a bunch of other Kenobi figures. You know, I don't. is not really what I'm after, and I don't want to buy a bunch of Andor figures before I've seen the show. I so I'd rather see some of the show before I see them, which seems to be what they're going to be doing. But yeah, that's a good point. I know a bunch of people that actually want it. Anyone really want the concept series to pick? I know a bunch of people that said they really want it. I like I said, I'm on the fence about it, but I'll probably not. I'll probably I don't probably won't end up getting it. Um, Force Ghost Anakin. That's not a bad idea. That's another good point. I want a concept series, but not as a 2-pack. Me too. I'd rather pick and choose because it's not something I would want like every figure of, but I'd rather pick and choose which figures I have. And now you're making me buy two even if I don't want these two. You know, if I only want one, I just want the Vader. Now I gotta buy them in a 2-pack. Yeah, so we talked about this last time. That Scorch from the Delta Squad. You can see his hand on the newly revealed gaming grades B1 battle droid. You can see Scorch's hand on the like the mirror art. So Scorch is probably coming as well. So that's pretty cool that they're going to finish up the Delta Squad. Although we talked about this last time. So obviously, I would like them to do the entire squad again in like their bigger, more bulkier Republic Commando type of bodies. If that happens, it's not going to happen for a very long time. But I would be much more interested in that than the gaming grades figures. No, no, they didn't. No, the TVC just got one Night of Ren as well. But I don't know if it's the same Night of Ren. I actually didn't even think about that. It might not be the same one. I don't remember. But they only got one Night of Ren as well. Let's see. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. To ask for more sequel anything is asking Hasbro to take a hit. Maybe. Personally, I just don't think they should go there. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people feel that way, especially if you were collecting back then. If you were collecting back then, you probably don't want to see another Rogue One or sequel trilogy figure for the rest of your life because that was all that you could find stacked on pegs, stacked and stacked. There was so many of them. There was pegs of all the same character. It was horrible. And this was back when, you know, toy hunting was a lot more popular in the sense of actually going on toy hunts and seeing the same figures over and over and over. So yeah, but I mean, I figure that I think there is, if you've mixed one or two into like a wave at a time, like an entire wave of them, I don't think there's any problem with that. Like, if you gave us some of the palps or whatever, I don't think you should. And I don't really agree with moving forward. I mean, I don't want all new figures from just these new shows. I don't want just new figures or new characters. That's not what I want. I'm not going to spend. I've done that before. I've been there. I've spent my money on new characters, on figures that I ended up not wanting or caring that I bought, and searched for them and tracked them down, and then later been like, I can't believe I even spent my money on these. I don't want to do that again. So I don't want all new characters. I don't want all new figures, the figures to be all new characters from these shows that, you know, in 2 or 3 years you're going to be like, I or even less than that, you're going to be like, this was a waste of my time and money. So I mean, maybe they'll be lifelong characters, but maybe they're not. So I really like prequel, original trilogy and legend figures, like established figures. I don't like. Well, I can't say I don't like, but I don't like it when the writers of these shows just decide that, hey, you know what? So we're writing this new show, so let's make a new characters and let's change canon just because I have a pen today. I have a pen. What you thought was right, what you thought was actually canon last week is not canon today because I have this pen. And I'm going to change canon just because I can, because I want to put my mark on Star Wars and with this new show that Disney decided to make. I don't like that. I think you should be respectful of the canon and make your show accordingly. If you want to change some little stuff, whatever. I just don't like changing what we've believed to be true for years just because you have a pen today and you want to write something and you want to change it just because. Have some goddamn respect. That's how I feel. Anyway. Kind of a long rant on that, sorry. But gotta yeah, so Owen, yeah. I'll take an Owen. Wait, what? Salacious rum? Oh, I was like, what? Yes. Salacious rum. Got his 2-pack. I see what you're saying. Oh, concepts 3PO and R2? That's not a bad idea. We need Christmas Vader. I like that. We got Christmas Vader and Christmas Emperor. Emperor Scrooged. There's a Scrooge. That's a great idea. All right, so it is a different one. I forgot to. You know what? I never even noticed because I never put them in. I never even thought to look because I never. There was so much stuff that came out on the right at the same time, right on that day. I never even like opened and examined a lot of the stuff. Look at this. This is a great idea. I didn't read this whole comment, but it looks awesome from the beginning. All right, so Jedi Hunter says, in my opinion, the Black Series should do a separate line called Legacy. For example, that's for OT and PT focused, while the main line of Black Series can be focused on current and new media. I kind of like that idea. I think they should do a line for like the expanded universe as well. But here's what happens when they split up these lines is they give them a crappy budget. So like the gaming greats or the comic line where they have to reuse a bunch of parts and make them all Frankensteins. And that's what's good about the main line, because the main line, they'll occasionally they'll actually spend money on the molds sometimes. Now this year we've gotten more new figures than we have gotten in a year in a long time. And that's awesome. But I don't know how long it's actually going to sustain, although it probably has to sustain for a little while because of all these new shows. A lot of them are going to have to be new figures, and they're from new characters, and many of them will need new molds. So we're kind of repeating what happened in the sequel trilogy era, which I think we all are a little still fatigued from that. But I like where you're at. I like this idea. I like where it's going. I don't think that it's a good idea, though, to oversaturate the market with new media figures. Because a lot of which I mean, in some instances, it's not always like new media figures because the characters are from the Obi-Wan Kenobi show is Obi-Wan, and from the Book of Boba Fett is Boba Fett. They're old characters, but from a new media. When you're creating, those seem to be okay. Although we'll see what happens with a lot of them because maybe they made way too many of them, and we'll never want to see the Wandering Jedi again. because of that fact. But it's the new characters that I kind of have a problem with, that seem to be the ones that end up just peg warming. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what new figures they're going to come out with from Andor, but like, for example, like Rose, Jin, like those figures just sat and just pissed me off, along with everybody else, because I just saw them wherever they went. I wish they would show more prequel love. That's in general. So yeah, so I think they are slacking on the clone. I think we need more clones. Every time there's a clone, it seems to be pretty popular. And you're right, it's only been more recently that they started doing more prequel figures in general. So I think they realized that they slacked on it. We keep saying this in the live stream, but they obviously dropped the ball with the with the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones, which Hot Toys did not. They took advantage of it. Hasbro did not, which is unfortunate. But I think they, at least for a time recently, they started to take a more serious look at the prequel trilogy. But I'm with you. I think that we need more clones. I think there's so many options for clones, and they're so cheap to make because they already have the mold and they just kind of have to repaint it. Although we are missing some of the different types of clones. So true, there could be new molds coming. But this goes back to one of the points that we've brought up and talked about in the live stream before, is that I'd really like, and so would a lot of you, it seems, would like, that separate line of army builders. And we can have the clones and stormtroopers and all the army builders that are at a cheaper price point. But, they're always available at like Hasbro's Pulse or something, kind of like, they kind of did the same thing with Marvel Legends. I really like that idea. And I think that every clone that you would make for that would sell. I would buy every one. I would buy every single one. So I think that's an awesome idea. But like I said before, so during the Legacy Collection and the Clone Wars there was a Clone Wars like line during the Legacy Collection. People actually got clone trooper fatigue, where they didn't want anymore. They didn't want to see anymore. They didn't want any more released. They're like, another clone? Oh, you got to be kidding me. And that's why the beginning of the TVC figures, when they started in 2009, 2010, they didn't really do a lot of clones for that because people were so tired of 3.75-inch clones. How that's possible, I don't understand, but it happened. But I think we should get back to doing more clones, and definitely do it in that type of line. You sold all your... Wow. Interesting. How much did you get? Like $60 for all of them? Haha. Uh-oh. All right, here we go. So, okay, so most of the... So the original trilogy, the older figures were a lot of original trilogy was what they did straight out of the gate. The orange line and the blue line is mostly original trilogy figures. So a lot of which have been updated, are archived, but the more original trilogy figures that you can release, the better for me. I'm that old school, like, I'm getting older. One of those old school heads, like, nah, I just want the old stuff. But yeah, I'd really like them to do a lot more original trilogy figures. But I know a lot of younger collectors don't feel that way. They're like, whatever. They're like, you don't need to release so many of the older figures. Oh, wow. So this is interesting. So they did the Boba Fett Return of the Jedi figure. Hasbro should have done a Jango Fett Deluxe for the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Yep, they definitely should have done that. Oh, I like this idea too. I wish that's what they were. I would have. Yeah, I'd be a lot more willing to buy them if that's what they were. Got the Halloween figures coming up. If they were like more like the mashup, like some other toy lines have done with the horror, with actual like horror movie slashers like Michael Myers and stuff. Yeah, I'd be all over that. Yeah. So they so Star Wars, it can print its own money. So Hasbro can release a Black Series rock from the background of a scene and it will sell, which makes it all the more crazy that their HasLabs for Black Series have failed. You got to really screw up for that to happen. Yeah, pretty much. That's That's what happened. Right in the beginning, it was all OT with a couple of PT figures. I think there was one. Oh, right. The Shadow Squadron. The all black Stormtrooper and Scout Trooper with the speeder bike. That was the first release that wasn't PT or OT because that was from the comics, the Harsh Time comics, and that was a Target exclusive. That's a pretty bad. I wish that they should release that, re-release that, or at least put the figures in the archive collection. So this is what I thought, Manuel. This is what I thought that the Book of Boba Fett was going to be more like. And we're going to have some old friends back. Disney needs to work around what we like instead of making new stuff. Yeah, I think that's exactly what they need to do. Right? Why would you not do that? You paid so much money for this. You own it now. They act as like there's a competition between the old stuff and the new stuff that they're making. And oh no, we can only use our new stuff. We don't want to. Just you bought it. You own it. So I thought that the Book of Boba Fett was going to have all his old friends show up. You know, like they have some muscle now. Like you're more of like a crime syndicate instead of being a crime syndicate of 4 people. You know, like what the hell is that? And instead of doing that, they bring in the Skittles gang. Like what? Who thought that was a good idea? Black Series. All right, what do you think the best Black Series years have been? So, yes, I was going to say the first year I was going to say off the top of my head was 2019 because that was the year. So right after, so it must have been the end of 2019 into 2020. Wait a minute, when did Rise of Skywalker come out? So it was, yeah. If it was Rise of Skywalker 2019. Yes. Okay. So 2019. That was the best. So that was when so right after they stopped pumping out all these Disney Star Wars figures, they really started. There are waves where you're like, I need every figure like immediately. So right after that, the waves started getting way better, and that really sticks out in my mind as being one of the better years Because right immediately you're like, wow, this is what it should have been the whole time. That's how I felt when the first waves came without sequel trilogy or Disney figures in them. Really, you're like, wow, these waves are getting better. I'm like, this is great. This is what it should have been for the last few years. And then the first waves, I thought those were some of the best waves. Like 2013 to 14 to 15. Yeah, those were the best. Those were the. I mean, because I'm an OT junkie. So yeah, those are the best years in my opinion. Yeah, so the new media version of old characters are not just so it's just I'm hoping it's not the same thing that's happening that already happened, but that seems to be so I that's just what happens. It's just and it's because nostalgia sells. Someone said it in one of the comment up in the comments. That's what makes them sell. And if it's brand new, there's no nostalgia. It's pretty much as simple as that. Yeah, I know. I haven't seen the show yet, but all of the Andor figures look boring as heck is 100% true. Yep. They need to, yeah, they need to listen to us instead of doing what the fuck ever they want. Yep, Slave Leia. Slave Leia would be released now, would be super high. The sales would be through the roof. Hopefully we get her with the Return of the Jedi stuff. We will see. Yeah. Clone Command. Yeah, so that's another one we should get. I that's true. We get the archive. I don't remember if that was 2019, but I'll take your word for it. Yes, 2019 was great. Everything. Yeah, I like this idea. This is stuff that we should be getting on the regular anyway. Phase 1, Rex, Cody. Yes. I have clone fatigue now. Hey, Yeah, so maybe if it was the army line, the army line, they would maybe they sell them without the box. I don't know. Be a bit cheap. Although I think like the army building ones for Marvel Legends, they already had the windowless box. Just the cardboard packaging, and they were at least before they were selling them for $15.99, right? They were $15.99 or $16.99, something like that. Yeah, so I know people buy entire waves of troopers, but they won't drop 4-packs. I would definitely buy a 4-pack, but you know what they would do is they would just overprice it and price people out. Now, you know what else they did, which made people, I don't know, maybe it has, at least for me, it kind of did. Like the when they did the 4-pack of the Royal Guards, right? For Black Series, and the cardboard for the box that they made, that the box they were in was paper thin, and it just made it look cheap. And I think that had a like those all went on clearance for the most part. I think that I think that probably had an effect on the sales because it just looked cheap. It just looked cheap, and the cardboard was all flimsy, and wasn't didn't look good at all. So I think that might have had something with it. If you actually give us some decent cardboard, I mean, Christ, how much money are you really saving? Oh yeah, for sure. Why? What did Reggie say? I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see what Reggie said. But yes, so this is true. I've heard a lot of people tell me this. So the higher prices, the lack of new figures from the older films, and the new packaging is causing a lot of veteran Black Series collectors to get. I added. He didn't say the new packaging, but I added the new packaging. Is getting a lot of Black Series collectors to get bored and skip out on a lot of these new figures, which is true. I'm an example. I'm an example of that. I'm not gung ho about getting any of these new figures until I see the media, or even some of them I'm just flat out skipping. I'm not going to get it just because of the money. It's too much for figures that I don't want anymore. I'm not going to be a complete completionist. And buy and do. I mean, I'm telling you this. It happened during the sequel trilogy. I'm not doing it again. I'm not doing it again and buying all this stuff. If I'm of all these new characters that ultimately probably will suck later. So I'm not gonna do it. So I don't. So yes, I'm being very much more selective. So yeah, so the Hasbro used to do the Stormtrooper 4-packs, and there was a Stormtrooper and there was a Clone Trooper 4-pack. I didn't go back to it because, well, I don't know for a fact, but I'm just gonna assume because a lot of them they didn't really sell. I think they would sell better now, but they didn't really sell back then. Like back then, we weren't at the point, like things have progressed so much in the toy collecting world that we're at the point now where people will buy something that's $400, $500 without blinking now for toys. Back then, that was not the case. People weren't buying $400 to $500 toys back then. That's much more prevalent now. So when you were collecting and you saw something that was $100, that seemed like a lot more money to get on a toy than it does right now, because we're more accustomed to it because of all the stuff that we see every day. Like all the toys have progressed so far. So I think that I know that a lot of them didn't sell. I don't know that's what, because I don't know why that's why they don't have them now or what. But and you could just like you can still get one of the Stormtrooper 4-packs, the Amazon one, from Amazon right now. At least you could recently. They still had some, and most of them were exclusives, and the retailers had to drop them down really to like $50-$40 to get rid of them all, including the Clone Wars one, which was the Entertainment Earth exclusive, which goes for like $350 now. I remember that being on sale for under $40 multiple times. So I think things are so different in the action figure world now that I think they'd be more people would be more willing to buy them than they were back then, when $120-$100 was high for for a toy, whereas now, I mean, people spend more than that on just one toy all the time now. It wasn't as popular as back then. All right, bye, Blaine. All fans care about nowadays, fan service. Yeah, they love the fan service, but once you get past it, you're just like, what is this? See, that's an interesting thing. So I know he's not talking to me, but he skipped all the Kenobi stuff, and he's getting into other lines. He's buying NECA stuff. Just getting more stuff that has more of a variety. and more of a not only better quality, but more of a nostalgic factor to them. Yeah, we need more. Yes, I'm. Yeah, Shadow Scout, orange and black Pauldron Sand Trooper. I'm with that. Like that should be things that are in the archive line, not what they're doing. All right, let's see. Yeah, I feel you, Matthew Woods. That's how I feel. I felt this the whole time. I felt and old stuff, new stuff competition at Disney. They don't want they want people to love their new stuff and doesn't want don't want them to like depend on the old stuff for the love there. Yes, and everything is converting it into some lame story. I think what one of the first things that made me like think that was going on, I think when Disney made the purchase, like there was a bunch of stuff that kind of illustrated that, but one of the things and it continues to this day that there's stuff that makes you be like, well, that's because Disney wants people to just love their new stuff and doesn't want to depend on the old. I don't know why they want to make a competition, but so when they were doing the Disney Star Wars park, originally it was supposed to be a lot of old original trilogy stuff, including the cantina. It was supposed to be the one from A New Hope. And they made plans to it. They drew out all the plans, and they were about to start construction, and they changed it at the last minute. Kathleen Kennedy, by the way, changed it at the last minute. It was like, no, why do we want to make it old stuff? Let's make it new. Now, it's still cool. I'm not going to say that it's not cool, but when I heard that it was going to be the Mos Eisley Cantina, I was like, how do I get on the plane? Let me get down there right now. That is the coolest thing I've ever heard. I'm going. And then when I heard that they switched it to just a cantina in general, I was like, all right, I'll get down there at some point, but I'm not rushing to get down there. Like, I don't know. I just but that's just the way that I feel about it. Oops. All right, what do we got here? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I guess yeah, so it kind of took off around that time too. That was around the same time that we're talking about. And that's one of the reasons why they started doing the archive line, if I remember correctly, is because they could do that. And they were like, well, let's improve these old figures now that we can do the photoreal tech. Oh no. Well, don't buy any, don't get started. I don't have any blags. I mean, just don't even. It's a headache. Here we go. Yes, exactly. Python Boba Fett, $17.99. Too many of the character. They thought people would buy up because it's Boba Fett, when people don't really care about that version because it's from a new media. It's from new IP, which is 100% true. I wonder when the Hasbro Star Wars team fails in seeing any HasLabs or figures. I wonder when the Hasbro Star Wars team fails in seeing any HasLabs or figures. Do they have focus meetings on where they went wrong? That's a good question. Just brush it off and continue. Like it's our, yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Probably no focus meetings, considering that we've had 2 failed ones so far. Right. So back in the day, when some figures you knew were going to be super hard to find, you really wanted to get that pre-order in, so you could guarantee you weren't paying over retail for the figure. Like if something was going to go, so the pre-orders are going to be at 5:00, so you're at the computer at 5:00, right before, before 5:00. You're out there at like 4:45, making sure you're logged in, ready to get to the pre-order as quickly as possible because you know they're going to sell out. Like, you don't have to do that anymore. Like, most figures you can pretty much get easily now, other than some exclusives where sometimes you got to do that same thing with the pre-ordering. But even the exclusives get restocked several times. So if you're paying attention, you can still get it. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why I'm always pre-ordering, but I don't really have to do that anymore for a lot of figures. Wow, okay. So you don't even do it just for TVC? You think they're too expensive? Hey, I get you. Yeah, this is so Shrewd is $11.99. Yeah. But with the photoreal tech face, that is true. Yes, still yes. People I always thought that was a weird idea to re-release all the Rogue One figures with photoreal tech. They got their own boxes and everything. Like, who was asking for that? I thought that was a pretty interesting idea. I knew that they would figure out another way to shove more gins down our throats. There you go. You're right. And then prequels didn't get enough love. I always thought that was a weird idea. Now the other ones are going to be on pre-order. I mean, the other ones are on sale too at some places, and if they're not, they're going to be on sale soon. So if you're looking for those, they should be pretty soon. I do have them all, I have to say, but yeah, they should be on sale soon. All right, so yeah, so we're talking Dark Trooper, Black Series Dark Trooper. Box was empty with a dull gray insert. I opened it next to the NECA Alpha, and it looked tragic, just cheap and lifeless compared to a far superior NECA figure, and they cost the same amount of money, right? So deluxe Star Wars figures cost as much as NECA figures now, and obviously you can see the difference in quality. Which reminds me, so right here. So Saw Gerrera is now hitting clearance over at Target. If you guys now I'll probably find one for clearance now. I never picked it up just because I knew I could grab one at any time. I had a pre-ordered at Amazon. I canceled it because I knew that they would be readily plentiful. I knew they weren't going to be jumping off the shelves. So I canceled it. So they're hitting clearance now over at Target. So if you need one, you should be on the lookout for it. Not only that, though, that's not the only thing that's hitting clearance over there at Target right now. So the over 2 years of pre-ordering Galen Merrick and Galen Erso and Anton Merrick, they're hitting clearance now too. So if you're looking for those and you didn't buy one, now is the time. I don't know if they're clearance on the website right now, but they're clearanced at Target. So they're starting to hit clearance, by the way. Now, don't go to Target, see that they're not on clearance at your Target and be like, oh, this is made up. Not every Target puts things on clearance at the exact same time. So if it's not on clearance now at your Target, then it might be clearance later. Just keep an eye on it. But I've had people on Instagram where I've posted something like this and they'd be like, this is fake. I went to Target, not on sale. I'm like, I don't know what the prices are at your Target, but also the exclusive TVC figures are hitting clearance as well, but obviously the drop in price isn't as much. So if you're looking for that stuff, if you haven't bought it yet, then they are hitting clearance. So that was fast, right? That was freaking fast. So if you need that stuff, I'll be looking for a Saw Gerrera because I never bought it. So I'm much more happy to spend $16.99 for a Saw Gerrera than $33.99. That's exactly why I canceled my pre-order. Yeah. So, yep. Now the thing is super expensive. Dude, right? I did the same thing with the Archive Biker Scout. Archive Biker Scout. Oh, I saw it. So this one day in Kohl's, of all places, I found the Archive Biker Scout and um the and the Anakin, the Revenge of the Sith Anakin, which was going for big money at the time. I only bought the Anakin, which was going for like 50 or 60 bucks at the time, maybe. And I didn't buy the Biker Scout. And to this day, I don't have an Archive Biker Scout, but I should have bought them both and I didn't. What do we say? I think let me see what do we got. All right. Yes, I grabbed two Biker Scout speeder bike sets from GameStop. Oh, right, the Blue Line one. They had everything on clearance from the Blue Line, but oh, they had the Wampus. Yeah, see, all that stuff hit clearance. Now it's going for a significant amount of money. They're all near $100. Yeah, right. Nice. Got the Tauntaun set. Yes, David. My opinion, I think KK is trying to ruin old Star Wars. Yes. She doesn't I don't know why she hates on it. She worked on most of them, right? I don't know why she hates it so much. Yeah, they did. Disney tried to reboot Star Wars. Yeah, they did. Um You're right. I only bought it because it was 17.99. I feel you, man. Yeah, very true. Yeah, you know what too? But you know what else is too about that figure? Yo, his the marks on his face are horrible. The paint apps for his like what should be scarring is terrible. I don't know when the next Pulse go. Well, I'm sure the next one is going to be TVC. When the next HasLab, I'm sure it's going to be TVC. Actually, I think there's isn't there a Marvel one coming up? So then I don't know. Yeah, Archive Dengar, $20. Let's see. All right, so yep, yes, the Slave Leia was a huge peg warmer. You could find entire pegs of Slave Leia. Now it's like $90, maybe. Um, yeah, so very true. Which is interesting. Greedo was too. Greedo was too. And before they re-released like the different versions of Greedo, he was up around 60 or $70 too. Oh, really? So I haven't seen him really much. So well, he's a great. Okay, I believe you that he's a great figure. I haven't seen him yet. In hand. Um, yes, I agree 100%. That's a great figure. And actually, yeah, it pops up sometimes. It's not 1997 on Amazon. People love that one. Death Watch Mando. Yeah, they do Mandos really well. I have to say, most of the Hasbro Mandos are really good. Clearance is based on store stock. Sure, why not? Don't know. Yeah, Target canceled yours. Yeah, that's what they do. So new Boba is an old guy. It's unfortunate too. They waited too long to do this. And Rex was wait, what? So yeah, he and it's yeah. So but and that's why I was saying for Boba Fett, if they do flashback scenes to like the Empire Strikes Back time where he's like kicking ass and taking names, it doesn't need to be Morrison in the suit if he's wearing the helmet. You could have anybody in there, and you could have him fighting like a madman. That's what I wanted to see. I don't know if I'm getting the concept Darth Vader. I haven't decided. A lot of people in here aren't. I can by the comments. I'm not sure. If it was just the Vader, I would think about it. I don't know how much I really want that Obi-Wan, but yeah, so I don't have the Cantina Showdown set, which is the Han and Greedo set. Um, the Who Shot First. I always thought it was cool, and I never got it. But yeah, everyone keeps. I know Toys R Us they were stocked at Toys R Us too. Stop the ridiculousness. Wait, what are we doing that's ridiculous? Yeah, Toys R Us. Yeah. No, she doesn't hate Star Wars. She hates old Star Wars. She wants people to love new Star Wars more than old Star Wars. Look at that. Mayfeld, 749 at Target. You don't understand the archive figs. What don't you understand? It's more, for example, they would do if you released the reason why they've released recently Princess Leia, A New Hope Princess Leia, so they could give her a new head sculpt with the photoreal tech because the old one was crappy. And some of the ones they released because their price point was like Bosk was going for over $100 before they did the archive one. And so people had not opportunity who weren't collecting back then could buy the Bosk. Now that's the major reasons why they did the archive line, but now they're just at this point I can see why you don't understand the archive figs because they're making crazy choices. Now we've already talked about several figures in this live stream that would be better choices for the archive line than what they're doing. So I kind of understand it that way. Oh, that's interesting. It's supposed to be Ghost Rider related. So I'm sure that they have a bunch of new Jamie Ginn, what's up? I'm sure they have a bunch of new season 2 Bad Batch figures ready to go. Hopefully the TVC figures, some TVC fans will get some this time. That'd be cool. But I think that kind of played into why the Crosshair and the Hunter pre-orders were canceled or they discontinued those figures and canceled all the pre-orders, the Black Series ones. So I think that kind of played into the decision because the new figures are coming and they'll be like, well, why are we going to have them buy season 1 when they can buy the season 2 figure, which they'll change slightly or add a new piece of plastic to as an accessory and use it as a new figure. And then probably down the road, the original Hunter and Crosshair, they'll probably release in the archive line and get your money for those that way. So that's probably what they think. Yeah, man, we can do that. I'm trying to set one up, another one with some of the higher level members. So I will let you know. Yeah, it is a business. But like we've said before, you can integrate the old films in such a way that you don't need to make people choose between the two, and you don't need to push your stuff and be like, this stuff is better, my stuff is better than the old stuff. You paid for it. You own it all. What's the difference? No, no, I don't think that she wants the folks to hate the new films. Okay, so the comic Leia, I canceled my pre-order, but I always thought that was one of the better ones that look that of the ones that they did. So I don't know personally because I don't have it, but I thought that it looked great. Now I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, or and it sucks. And I'm just, but so I don't have it, so I don't know. But I thought that I thought that seeing the pictures and the concept art, I thought it looked pretty cool. Yeah, so the Black Series Vader from Kenobi, I pre-ordered that as well from Amazon, and and I did pay 24.99 for it because it originally, when it was first up for pre-order, it sold out. And then they restocked and it sold out again. And I was like, "Oh man." So I originally didn't pre-order it before, so that's one of the reasons why I pre-ordered it. I was like, I'm not going to miss out on the one figure that I might really like from the series. So I pre-ordered it. But that's the that made me do it because I saw it sell out twice. Yeah, right. For a lot of people, they weren't collecting when a lot of these cool figures were released because let's just face it, when they started doing the Black Series, the first two waves were fire. Like the some of the best characters came out in those because what are you gonna do? You're gonna do a bunch of crappy characters with your new toy line? No, you're gonna do the best characters that you have, which and this was before the sequel trilogy, so all they had was prequel and OT and the expanded universe. So they just did, what are the figures that people want from the OT? And they had Boba and Bosk and IG-88. They had the Anakin from Revenge of the Sith, which is one of their best figures. So yeah, it was so if you weren't collecting in 2013 or 14, then you missed out on those. And then they re-released them archive in 2019, I think. Super awesome geek show. What's up? Yes. Hunter and Crosshair are super expensive now that they've canceled all the pre-orders. Yep. Also a great archive line. Also a great way for Hasbro to charge $24.99 for figures that they really didn't have to put new molds for. So they make plenty of profit on the archive line. Well, they don't want to do that because for now, just because they don't want to do the old packaging. They don't want to do, and because they want the releases to be different. For example, um, so you can because it's technically for a lot of them they're a different release. Because they now have photoreal tech, so they don't want to release some of the same figure. Say, um, so they did photoreal tech for a new for Force Awakens Han, right? They don't want to have some of the releases for if Han in the same box in the same number have photoreal tech and some of them don't. You want to be able to tell that it's a different release with photoreal tech, so they do it in the archive line. Yeah, so out of the basement, I'm definitely will have here. I've been on their show once, but yes, I've already asked them about it earlier. So hopefully will both be able to they'll both be able to show up. That'd be cool. True. Yep. There you go. It's ego. Yep. Well, thanks, man. Thanks, Sue. But I would have them on if they would come on. Oh, good. You weren't being sarcastic. Yeah, I think it looks. I thought it looks great. I don't know. I don't have it. I'm sure somebody in here does. But well, it's kind of skewed because the money's different now. You can't be like, well, these did better at the box office. Well, the money's different now. More people go to the movies. Movies are more expensive. You know, they weren't all dubbed as successes. Some of them, I think even some of them after advertising and stuff actually lost money. Um, so no, they weren't all like great hits making all this dough. I don't know why are you defending her so much? Do you know Kathleen Kennedy? Yeah, the Darth Maul for sure. Yeah, yeah, me too. But I had the original one, but yes. Oh, are we gonna fight in the comments here? It's evidenced by her work. All right. I wasn't a big fan of the Force is female. I think you just should have just left it. I don't know why you would do that. I mean, why does it have to be male or female? It's just the Force. Oh, hold on. I'm just reading these comments. Oh, look at that. This is getting interesting. Everything Disney is doing is an attempted one up on OG stuff. No, I'm sure that they've done better. I don't think that. First of all, more people go to the movies now. It's more of a thing to do. Like back then, that wasn't exactly the same thing. On top of that, I've seen movies that have made zero money that are good. Doesn't mean that your movie is good. You know, I don't think that that's like saying like you're the best rapper because you've sold the most albums. All right, no, all right, hey, that's enough. So we're not going to call each other names in here at any point, especially not somebody that I have respect for like Mace Windu. So please, yeah, me too. I think that'd be great. We talked about this on one of the live streams. So, um, there's so many different storylines that you can go through, like, and there's such a long timeline that I think that there's so many different things that you could do. We talked about it at the beginning of the live stream. For example, I really thought that it would be a great idea to have like the Sith Jedi Wars, and then someone else brought up the Mando stuff. And there's a bunch of stuff in like the past that I think is actually like more badass than like the stories that we're getting. So I would love that. All right. So yeah, pretty much. I don't know. But you know what? What's going to happen is eventually they're going to run out of spots for the major figures, and we're gonna have to get some background aliens eventually, right? Eventually? It's gonna happen, right? They're just gonna run out of figures to do. Yeah, so I've talked about this before, that I thought that the Black Series line at some point is gonna end and they're gonna do something different. Yeah, and they're gonna do something different. I don't like, they've tried that before and it wasn't successful, so I don't know how successful it's gonna be. Maybe they need to restart, but what also means if they're gonna restart a new line is they're gonna start releasing all the same characters again. So I don't know what the next, like, nexus is in action figures where it's gonna where, the point where, all right, now we can do this with action figures so we can start a new line because we got the photoreal tech and like the articulation is crazy now. So I don't know what's going to be next that would necessitate a new line, but I'm with you. I think it's eventually going to happen. Um, but the same thing kind of happened with the TVC. They ended the TVC for 3.75 and then did the Black Series 3.75 or the basic line, but the quality of figures dipped. Like the TVC was much better quality than the lazily painted um Black Series 3.75-inch line. So hopefully that doesn't happen where they're like, oh, we'll just make crappier figures now. So it's hopefully they start a new line because they can make better figures. Now I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what the next step in figures will be though. Yeah. Time for something completely new without politics, gender, or sexual agendas. Yeah. Just make a good story. Can you just not do that? Hey, dude, Arthur. What's the problem, man? I said we're not going to call anybody names in here. Yeah, blacks. That's what I'm talking about. Wait. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Actually, I was going to say Captain Rex immediately, but no, I don't know. That's hard. Yeah. Interesting. But you know what? I don't want to lose the TVC card backs. I really don't. Um all right. All right. All right. So, Arthur, I've given you like 8 warnings. You call somebody else another name, you're blocked and you're out. The Galaxy series. Dude, I didn't say that wasn't the case. That doesn't mean they're good. They weren't. It doesn't mean that they're good. I just said that. I said that's like saying if you sold the most, whoever sells the most albums is the best rapper of all time. Like that's not. We all know that's not true. So it's the same thing with the money with the movies. If you're gonna judge which the best movies by how much money they take in, then you're missing the point. Not to mention the fact that the even if the money is there, right? The the audience the audience, they didn't, the approval rating by the audience were really, really low. The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, very low. So, and the original and the original trilogy movies, they were really, really high. So wouldn't you want more people to like your stuff? But no, no, no. So, and you're also missing the point. Like, so for example, when you're taking the money and you're just going by how much money that it's brought in, I'm talking about net profit. I'm talking about subtract the amount of money it took to make the movie plus all the advertising that you used and how much money did the actual movie make as opposed to just gross. Right, there you go. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, so Joey, what's up, buddy? Yes. So I said at the beginning of the live stream, and I know you weren't there for it. So at the moment, I'm busy. I'm changing a bunch of stuff in my life right now, so I don't have time to do the other type of videos. But I will make the other type of videos as soon as I have more time. They didn't go away. I just don't have the time right now to put into them. Um, so as soon as I do, then I'll start to make more. Nobody cares about my. Oh, really? Well, it's not just my opinion. It's the majority of Star Wars fans' opinion. I'm sorry, Arthur Hall, but the movies weren't good. Most people think they weren't good. Most Star Wars fans think they weren't good. Okay, if you like them, that's fine. But then don't come into a live stream where people who talk about them aren't the biggest fan. Now, I'll be as cordial as you like, and I'll discuss them if you want. But it seems like you want to lash out and like just lash out at people. I don't understand why you gotta be so defensive and wanna, like, attack people over it. Right, but know what they also use is not just the gross income. They use the actual money that they made. They use that as a formula. It's that's no, the studios don't use that. That's what people who look at the movies and look at the money use. The studios look at the net profit that they make. Because if they're losing money, they're not gonna continue to make them. That's why we don't have any new Star Wars movies right now. No, they were not happy because if you had to they spent, like the amount of advertising that they spent was about the equivalent of how much they spent on on the actual movie. So, the amount of money that they actually made wasn't as much as you think it is. Just because you see the gross profits, like if I sell 500 million worth of my product, but I only make 1 cent on every product, I didn't make $500 million. Yes, the approval ratings were fake. The approval ratings, the 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 non-approval ratings were accurate. Yes, the approval ratings. Yes. I don't know even know what you're talking about, dude. I don't know what I don't I so I Larson, let me ask you a question. Arthur, let me ask you a question. How many people do you have in your live stream? I do have facts to bring it up. I do actually. You can see how many people approved the movie easily. I don't The defensive one is you. You came in here and lashed out at everyone. Come on, dude. I don't understand. I don't understand why you'd come in and do that. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so I'm sorry. Here's the problem. If you want to really discuss it, then I'll discuss it with you. But I don't know why. You want to kind of be you want to attack everybody. Let me ask you a question. No, you know what? I'm not going to ask you a question. Whatever, dude. That's a good point. I don't know why he'd come in here and act like that. I don't know. I don't know. Some people have nothing else to do. Yeah, I wish I could do the other videos, but like I said, I just have to find more time. There you go. Exactly. No, I don't. I'm not. There you go. Oh, poor Arthur. Yeah, he's probably a Trekkie. I don't know. I don't know what your problem is, man. I don't know. No, why don't you come over here? Yeah, no, you missed the. So my good friend Arthur, it's just lashing out at everybody. I don't know. I don't know what his problem is. He loves the sequel trilogy so much that he came in. Nobody. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know what his problem is. Um, we do. Anyway. So anyway, there was something else I wanted to show you guys. So we didn't get. Oh, let me hold on. Let me. So there's another guy who what's his name? Crimson Dawn Collectibles. So he has some good pics of some of the newer stuff. Like check this out. So that's the new mall coming. Kind of excited with the robot legs. So we get the new mall. And that's the Grand Inquisitor, which I thought was a pretty cool figure to come out. Excuse me. And there's Alia Sakura. There's Axe. And there is the little, look at all the empty space in there. There's the Grogu. And there's the Wandering Jedi, which some of us have already seen or is already found in stores. All right, and there's the Migs, which the head sculpt doesn't look great on the Migs, but there he is anyway. And this thing is going to peg warm forever. Poor grief. So yeah, I think those look pretty good. Yeah, the wave is pretty solid for real. I think that the wave is pretty good. Let me see. So, all right. So, yeah. All right. So I like that one too. I think they all look pretty good. I don't know about the Migs though. The Migs, I'm not really sure. I had a lot of hope for the Migs, but I don't know about that head sculpt. Maybe it's just because the plastic or whatever, but I can't really tell. I really want to get a look at this Darth Maul as well. That looks pretty cool. So I wanted to take a look at that because these are the first time I've seen like actual pictures of them other than the main picture that I showed that was like all of them. So these are a lot closer, like, and have a lot more detail. So kind of looking forward to that. Like here's one of them from this guy, Hobby Base, but you can't really see everything from this far away, so whatever. But also, so Iron Studio does like 1/10 scale like statues, and they had this one come up, which I thought was pretty cool at the D23. Wait a minute, I didn't see this. What's this? Oh, in stock. Jesse in stock at Entertainment Earth. Did not know that. So there was actually something else I wanted to show you. I don't know if any of you guys are into these, but the toy box figures. New toy box figures over at Disney. Let me see. Oh yes, here we go. I don't know. We might have talked about this. I think we did. I think we talked about it last week. Yeah, Jesse in stock over there. So yeah. So oops. So the new stuff looks pretty cool. There's also more stuff. All right, Mace. We'll talk to you later, man. I think this might be one of the last ones before they go plastic free. I think it might be. So anyway, then there was some more news that I wanted to talk about, and it's about stuff that's now shipping to the US. So let me see if I can bring them up. Oh, I got them right here. All right, so now shipping. There's these. These are that archive wave, which isn't the best wave of all time, but this archive wave is so yeah, so this archive wave, they're now shipping in the US. These should be shipping out to us soon. It's not the best, although I do want that Boosh. But the other ones, I mean, I guess the Tarkin's kind of cool too. But I don't know why we would get the CHEWIE and the Force Awakens Han. I mean, we've already talked about several figures in here today that that would be better choices than those. Which figures? I don't know. We went over some. We already went over some today. But like I said, those two Squadron, the Shadow Squadron figures from that exclusive, would be pretty cool. There's a bunch of other. So I always said Commander Fox would be a good one. How about Jango Fett? There's what else is there? There's a bunch of them that if you search through the thing, you can see them. Right. So the Sand Trooper Corporal, and the other Sand Trooper. Then they had those old what was it? The Clone Trooper Captain and Sergeant from the Blue Line. Those would be pretty cool. Yeah, when are they coming? I don't know. But it's gonna be soon. So those are coming, and then there's something else I wanted to show. That's coming. What was? Oh, right. So these are coming too. they're on their way. So let's take a look. Oh, Darth Clueless. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, man. Hoping everyone finds what they're looking for this weekend. Yeah. So where? Oh, right. Okay. So, so let me see. There we go. So these are coming too. They're on their way. So we got they're all the GameStop exclusives. So maybe this will be the first one, David. The B1 battle droid for gaming grades. Maybe that'll be the first one. So Fixer, right? The 13th Battalion clone trooper, then the biker scout from I don't remember where that one's even from. I can't read it. Oh, Jedi Survivor. So they're on the way. Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, sure, that happens. Fives TVC. You mean Black Series? The TVC one already came out. The TVC one came out a little bit ago, and they did Echoes. They did Echo, and then they did Jesse, which is out now. I think Jesse is coming out now. Oh, really? That's interesting. Which ones? So three are the same ones that were revealed last December? I'm assuming that they're the same ones. That's interesting. Why'd you wait so long to tell me that? We could have been talking about that. That's interesting. So, oh, was there something? Oh, yeah, there was one other thing I wanted to show you guys. So, right. So this also came up. So there's so I don't know, maybe Scout Trooper C3PO and the Mandalorian. All right, I'll take a look at those. I think, yeah, C3PO was. So I guess they're the ones from last year, I'm assuming. So there was also Yakface shared this, saying that they found an unannounced Amazon exclusive for Black Series. If I had to guess, I'm assuming that they'll probably tell us about it during the during Hasbro PulseCon. We will see, but I don't know what it is. They didn't really speculate on what it could be either, so could be anything. Maybe it's Mara Jade. I don't know. So it's going to be the same. He's going to be the same as the other ones. So the other gaming grades ones. So they're the skinnier versions from the Clone Wars. I think those are the Clone Wars ones, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's going to be the same, unfortunately. So I was actually kind of excited for that. I know we talked about it before, but hopefully they re-release them again at some point with the bigger bodies, but we'll see. So let me see. Oh, there's RoboCop. Oh, you know what else? Oh, you know what else there was? I don't know if you guys are into this. They had so this the Droid Factory 4-pack for Kenobi series was up at Disney at shopdisney.com. So I don't know if that's something that you guys are into. I don't think I have any of them, but I know that it's sold out. I don't know if it's back up, but it did sell out for a little bit. So I know it's popular, but I don't really collect any of them. They're 3.75 inch, if anyone was wondering. But they're kind of it's definitely cool. Some of the other ones are really cool too. I've just I've never really gotten into them. I don't know if it's up now. I haven't checked, but I do know that it eventually sold out. It was up the other day. The 3.75. So that was up the other day. So I thought they were pretty cool. Right. So this is the right. So I don't know about anybody else, but mine came my airborne troopers, my Death Watch airbornes came, but they were shipped to a different address, but they were fulfilled by Amazon. I don't know if anybody got theirs, but the pre-orders were filled by Amazon. I don't know if they ever went in stock on Amazon, but the pre-orders were filled. So when I get them, I might have one for a giveaway. When I go and get them, I might have one for a giveaway, but I don't have mine now. But I know that they started shipping. I wouldn't mind getting a FET clone custom MIGS head. Yeah. Something for that MIGS head, because that MIGS head is rough. I don't know. Maybe it'd be better in person. Who knows? Yeah, so I forget whose this was. This was somebody's. Oh, dude, this was what's his name's picture. He's in here right now. Jay McGinn. Wasn't my picture. Jay McGinn. He was in here. Maybe he left. I don't know. So yeah, I saw that he posted that because he just opened his account. I don't know if you guys are into these either. Mortal Kombat's. And this was the stuff that was available for the Target thing. That's the RoboCop. That's the Token Razor cartoon, and then there's the other one that's Zack and Smash. There's a new Back to the Future Doc, which is the Doc version from the scene when he actually gets shot. So I'm a Back to the Future junkie. I love the series. I think it's awesome. And then the RoboCop. Did I mention that? Yeah, the RoboCop, which actually looks pretty cool. So that's most of the stuff that I got for today. Oh, there you are, Jay McGinn. You asked that question. Those are your airborne troopers. Where'd they go? Right there. Me too. Love Back to the Future. Always have. I just think the movies are awesome. I loved them as a kid. Loved them even more as an adult. So you gotta love that. But that's most of the stuff I have for today. So we can do a giveaway, or unless you guys have something else you want to talk about. Hold on. I don't see. Let me see. 1 second. Give me a second here. All right. Anyway. Oops. Right. How about a remake to ruin them all? Yeah. Ugh. One of the bubbles fell off. That's how. Jeez. That's some BS, man. I hate when that crap happens. It was so bad during the Black Series 3.75-inch line. The bubbles would not stay, literally slide right off. I don't know what they use for an adhesive, but it was garbage. So yeah, so I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to say or any comments or anything else you want to talk about, or we can do the giveaway. Giveaway time. Maybe Wandering Jedi. I kind of like this head sculpt. People are hating on it, but it's okay. I guess it's decent enough. Is what the new green plastic. All right, so I don't. All right, so let's do the giveaway. Giveaway, Francisco, right. So most of my giveaways are movie based because I like movies. Let's see. So, if you, why don't you let me know what was the last movie that you watched, and I'll pick from the list. What was the last movie you watched? Or the last movie that was, the last badass movie that you watched. The best of the last couple movies you watched. And I'll pick one. Wow, those are some good movies already. So, oh. Oh. I'm gonna have to go with the first one that caught my wow. So you guys have watched some. These are some. All right, we got Lethal Weapon, Empire Strikes Back. This is the first time where there's been multiple good movies. I'm like, wow. So, but I'm gonna go with a favorite of mine that isn't super popular, but I'm gonna go with it because I think it's hilarious. And if you're a Star Wars fan, then you should see it. And if you haven't, then you need to. And that's, where is the 007 with Fanboys. Love that movie. That dude, Dan Fogel, is hilarious. So Fanboys, you win today. You get the Wandering Jedi figure. Minions. You get it. You win 007. So let me know if you follow me on Instagram or not. AA. What is it? Is it AA? AA. AA. There he is. All right, cool, man. So do you follow me on Instagram? And if you don't, I will give you my email address. Or what's up? What's up, sir? What's going on, man? Yeah, Fanboys was good. All right, great. So, all right, why don't you shoot me a message and tell me that you won the Wandering Jedi today, and I'll get your address and I'll ship it out next week. You got it? Just make sure. I want to make sure you understand too before we close out this chat. So, is anybody else got anything else? Any other comments? Questions? Oh, you missed it, man. Sorry, brother. You missed it. All right, thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. But sorry you missed it. Although I think you've won several things before. All right, so AA, I need you to send me the message on Instagram. Send me a direct message. Say that you won. Tell me what you won to. All right, you got it. Cool. Tell me that you won, and I'll get your address, and I'll ship it out for you. So unless anybody's got anything else, we can call it quits and get on with our weekend. I don't know if anybody else has got something going on. I don't think I'm doing much. Maybe tomorrow football. I don't know if anybody's excited. Football tomorrow. Football tomorrow. Patriots Miami. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. All right, that's it. So, all right, so AA, make sure you message me. Go Broncos. Hey, man, you got to be loving Russell Wilson. Bringing in Russell Wilson after not having like a real quarterback for a while. That's great. Let's go Red Wings. That's right. So I'm high on the Broncos this year. But anyway, so everybody just have a good weekend. Watch some football, or if you're not into football, do whatever it is that you do. Which I don't know what else you do during the winter if you're not watching football. So watch your football, and I'll talk to you guys next week, same time. I'll be working on trying to schedule something during the week too. It's not going to be this coming week, but maybe in the next couple weeks we can do something on a Wednesday or a Thursday or like a Tuesday or something. But yeah, it has, man. You guys have needed a quarterback for a long ass time. So, but I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Always have a great time talking to you guys. So I'll see you next week. All right, bye guys. All right, there we go.